Hello and welcome to my cooking show blog. Today I'll be making two coming of age films. The first film that I'll be making is Mean Girls. The first ingredient is this first shot taken from the first scene. Within this mid shot in the coming of age film Mean Girls, many conventions and iconography within the genre have been met. The characters are seen to be teenagers in a school environment where coming of age films are typically associated to be located. More specifically, Caddy, the girl on the right, looks to be very shy and submissive. This is portrayed by her looking down to avoid eye contact, while the people she is talking to are looking directly at her. The movie bases around the movement of Caddy from Africa to America, which means she has to move school too. This means a conventional theme within a coming of age film is used within the film. The use of natural lighting and colourfulness within the clothes fits the iconography of characters within a coming of age film. The second ingredient which I'll be putting into the bowl is this shot here. A subplot is introduced when Caddy is seen talking to Aaron, her newly introduced teen crush. He follows the typical conventions of coming of age film, as these typically have a crush in every movie. The theme of young love is also able to be explored. This film is also able to explore the everyday lives of teenagers, which is typically the narrative for a coming of age film. A voiceover is used to allow the audience to listen to what she is thinking about, which helps keep the realism effect to the movie, as well as feel personally connected to her. Voiceovers are often associated with coming of age films, as it helps the audience feel trusted by the character and therefore maintains the realism. In this scene, the girls are seen wearing pink while going shopping. Caddy is seen wearing pink along with the other girls to show how she is seeking acceptance from the group of friends. She is also building friendships in order to feel more comfortable in school. A shopping outlet is typically associated in a coming of age film, as it is where teenagers may go to hang out. Regina is seen to be the bully in the movie, as she is seen calling the mother of one of the people at her school to get her in trouble. The rest of the girls fear of her, as they are constantly seen following her and doing whatever she is doing. She is also seen to have the majority of the camera time and dialogue in particular scenes she is in. Another ingredient for my coming of age film is this shot here. Regina's room is shown to the audience when a long shot pans around the room to show what is inside. From the long shot, we are able to see the well-decorated room with pink bed sheets and furniture. We also are able to see posters hung up on the wall on her room, where the audience is able to see some well-known artists such as Avril Lavigne. While they enter the room, the song Milkshake by Kellis is played diegetically through the television in her living room. This follows the conventions of coming of age films featuring mainstream artists and music in order to engage the audience and keep them feeling inclusive to the story itself, maintaining realism. A shot of her mum is also used to show how she is very inappropriate when she's asking about her breast implants to her daughter's friends. The audience also sees a DVD player with stacks of CDs behind it. In this shot, the screen has been split up into three, where the three girls are seen on the phone together gossiping about people. The use of the edited split screen is to show how teenagers are actively using their mobile phones, which is a convention of coming of age films. As the typical character is a teenager, the use of technology is almost certain to be included within the film. This scene also uses the typical location of a home in a coming of age film, specifically the well-dressed, colourful bedrooms which they all live in. The use of the phone call is to make sure that these events seem casual and an everyday thing for the girls. At a party which Caddy attends, a long shot is used to show Regina and Aaron kissing. This is seen to touch upon the aspect of relationships within the lives of teenage students. The long shot also shows Regina's short, revealing outfit, showing how she is trying to seduce the boy which Caddy has admitted feelings for. Within this scene, we are able to see people who are on their phones, as well as hear the music which is played from a stereo. It is mainstream pop music, which is conventionally included within a coming-of-age film. The use of alcohol in this scene is also used in order to show teenagers to be reckless and having fun, following the iconography of the coming-of-age genre. In this mid-shot, Aaron and Caddy are seen working on their maths homework. It becomes clear that Caddy sees this as an opportunity to bond with him and become more intimate, as she is seen wearing makeup and wears a revealing low-cut top. This presents her to be quite sexual, allowing the movie to explore the aspects of sexual activity within the film. They are also seen to be very close to each other, where they end up kissing. There has also been the use of natural lighting and very few cuts in order to maintain realism. The mid-shot is also able to reveal the well-decorated house behind them, which would conventionally be the setting of a coming-of-age film. In this scene, the teacher is seen lecturing Caddy, telling her not to ruin grades in order to impress the boy that she likes. This is seen to follow the theme of the desire of acceptance, as Aaron is seen giving her more attention when she is able to ask him for help on the questions set in class. She is also seen wearing a lot of makeup up than usual, as well as thinner, tight-fitted and more revealing clothes in general. Furthermore, she is seen with a grin on her face in a high-angle mid-shot when she is told that she was elected for prom queen. This shows her life to be a big popularity competition. A close-up shot shows Caddy and Aaron in a bedroom together, where they are seen being intimate. The theme of romance is touched upon in the movie from this scene. Also, at the party, there are teenagers who are consuming drugs and alcohol. We are able to see the posters which are stuck up on the walls of Caddy's room. A fight scene occurs where the majority of the pupils at the school are seen rowing with each other. This allows the movie to incorporate the theme of violence in the film, which is typically a big role within teenagers' lives, such as the ones who are in the coming-of-age film. The long shot is also able to establish the bright colours worn by the pupils in the school, which follows the typical iconography of a teenager character in a coming-of-age film. In the middle of the shot, we are able to see the Billy character standing with pride and a smile on her face, as she knows she has caused this entire outbreak. At this point in the film, the protagonist Caddy is forced to make a pivotal choice in her life, where she is forced to pick whether to go to the prom or attend the math leads competition. Typically in a coming-of-age film, this is the case where the protagonist is faced with an obstacle of which they must pick one thing over the other in order to proceed with the narrative. This would be the attempt to repair disruption stage when applying Todorow's 5-stage theory. Furthermore, there is a mainstream pop soundtrack layered on top of this scene, helping the audience to stay engaged, as the audience member may recognize the song themselves. In the final ingredient, I have used this shot here. In the final scene of the film, Caddy is seen accepting her spring fling prom queen crown on stage, where she decides to split the crown in pieces with the people in the audience. It shows her to have grown as a person, following the conventions of a coming-of-age narrative, where the teenager often overcomes the problem which they face on a daily basis. A new equilibrium is set, where she is in a happy relationship with Aaron. This allows the movie to explore the theme of relationships. This scene follows aspects of iconography of the 3 acts of a coming-of-age film, where in the 3rd act, the protagonist has an epilogue reflecting on the past events within the film itself. Voiceovers are conventionally used in a coming-of-age film. Now I'll be making the second coming-of-age film. Within the opening scene of the film Superbad, 2 main characters types are introduced. The protagonists, which are 2 teenage boys, are shown to be very close and have a great friendship. On the other hand, the bullies are introduced when they run into the protagonist at a store. A bully being implemented into the coming-of-age film is typical. Visible in the shot, we can see the male character in the back to be smoking. This allows the movie to explore the typical themes which are associated within the genre, such as drugs, alcohol, and possibly gang culture. The two protagonists, Seth and Evan, are shown to be intimidated by the bully, as they are seen looking at the floor as he shouts at them, occasionally responding in a soft-toned voice. In this over-the-shoulder mid-shot, there are many things which follow the conventions of a coming-of-age film. For example, the male protagonist in this shot is seen to be looking down while talking to the girl in front of him. This portrays him to be shy and potentially have confidence issues. He is shown to be shy as he is talking to his crush, which is also a typical character type within the genre. The setting of this scene is in a school hallway, which is a typical place where a coming-of-age film is shot. You are able to establish that they are in a school from the crowds of people behind one another, as well as the bags strapped around their shoulders. Natural lighting is displayed rather than artificial lighting, which is part of the iconography of the genre as it maintains realism. A long shot is used to show the entire bedroom of the male protagonist. The audience is able to see video game related posters as well as the game controller in his hand, which are conventionally used by the characters in the genre. We are also able to see clothes on the floor. Coming of age films are usually associated with bedrooms, as this is where teenagers would spend most of their time. Seth, the character closest to the camera, is seen picking out clothes to impress a girl at an upcoming party, which allows the movie to explore some of the iconic themes of romance and young love. A tracking shot is used to show Seth walking through a grocery store, particularly in the alcohol aisle. He has also been forced into trying to obtain a bottle of alcohol, which allows the film to explore the themes of alcohol and peer pressure, which is typically associated within the genre. They are trying to get alcohol for their upcoming party they are going to attend and are doing so to impress the girl he has a crush on. This shows Seth to have a desire for acceptance from people at his school. The facial expressions show how he is not comfortable with doing this, however he would rather be caught in front of his friends' eyes. When Seth and Evan go to a party to collect alcohol, Seth ends up dancing with a girl in a room full of people. They are seen holding glasses, as well as it cutting to a close-up shot of beer bottles to continue the recurring theme of alcohol. Non-diegetic music is played to fit the conventions of a party environment. The music is within the genre of pop. Coming-of-age films usually favour this genre as it allows the film's audience to relate by already knowing the songs used. The girl is seen dancing against Seth, portraying her to be dancing in a sexual manner, showing teenagers to be reckless and wanting to have a good time. A fight breaks out at a party where the boyfriend of the girl in the previous shot wants to fight Seth. However, this turns into a fight larger than anticipated, where people are being cut with broken bottles and lamps. Non-diegetic police sirens are heard in the distance. This particular scene follows the conventions and iconography of the coming-of-age genre due to its incorporating the theme of crime and violence. In this scene, Evan is seen kissing a girl in a bedroom. The audience is able to see the girl's pink bra. This connotes romance and sex, which are often touched upon in this genre. It also shows these particular characters, as well as teenagers in general, to be reckless, as they are both very drunk. There are posters hung up on the wall, which is typical for the coming-of-age genre. Loud mainstream music is played non-diegetically throughout this scene. When following the 3-act structure, this would be categorized as Act 2, as Evan has made a choice and can't go back on what he has done, and it enters the point of no return. An aerial shot shows Seth and Evan sleeping next to each other on the floor after they leave the party. They are talking about how they are going to miss each other when they go to a different school. This links to other coming-of-age narratives, as moving schools is often a key theme in this genre's film. They are seen very close to each other, demonstrating how they are really good friends and only feel comfortable when they are with each other. This is the part of the film where it begins to enter the stage of attempt to repair disruption when following Todorov's narrative theory. A pivotal moment occurs when Seth has to choose whether to walk off with Evan or the girl he has a crush on. The narrative of the coming-of-age film is often based around teenagers with choices they must make. Within the last scene, Seth is seen walking with his crush through a shopping mall. This is a conventional place for a coming-of-age film to be set, as teenagers often spend a lot of their free time in malls. They are both wearing bright clothing. A non-diegetic soundtrack, which connotes romance from its slow tempo, is played as the two characters walk off and the camera is elevated. This is the moment where a new equilibrium is set. Using the conventions and iconography of a coming-of-age film, I have been able to produce Superbad and Mean Girls. Tune in next week where I will be looking at the conventions and iconography of a short film.